What I want to show you is we have our Christmas village, which is for us is a snow village, and we have a train. And what I wanted to do is show you that some of the problems that we have with the Christmas village or snow villages, that basically there's not a lot of light on here because of the fact, all these little things, they give off light, but not a whole lot on your different village pieces. What we decided to do is hook up, these is from Lionel Train, which we do have a 4 express train. We hooked up the lampposts, which is nice, and we strung tea lights on them, what I call dewdrop lights. And it has made a world of a difference in lighting up the whole scene, the whole board. The board is 4 feet by 6 feet, that's the layout we have. And we're going to plug in the dewdrop lights, and you can see the difference on it. And to us, we think this is a vast improvement over it. And this is mid-afternoon, so it's light outside and it's a sunny day. But in general, you will see that these dewdrop lights work out beautifully. And they light up the whole area pretty much. And what we did do is first of all, the dewdrop lights were bought from Target, they're Philips, and I will show you later on the box. They usually sell full price at $20. They're 29 feet long. They have battery operated ones and electric ones. We chose the electric ones because for us, we use a power strip and that just works out easy. We turn one thing on, you turn everything on. And here we decided that we wanted to have we made this into a tier so that basically we have different layers, and we have the tunnel, which is nothing but a board, and we made it ourselves. But the nice part about having different levels is that you're able to put a lot of power strips and hide it, and it's more accessible when you need to get to it. One of the things that we did do, we liked and thought would be a fun thing to do, is to create this road for the cars and everything that we have. And the simple solution to that was, well, this is cobblestone and they're usually brown, and which works out okay, but we felt the snow village, it wasn't really all that great. So I'm going to show you what we did to change it around, and maybe it'll have some value to you. So I'm going to take you into another room and show you more or less how I did it. This here is the kind you get from like Michael's, and it's the cobblestone effect. And with the snow village, we just thought it just didn't show up very well. So what I did is I made this into this. And how I did it was pretty simple. I went and painted all of this white. After I painted it white, I gently took a felt tip pen that has a very, very defined edge to it, and what I did is I gently went over it and made it black. So the way to do this is to paint the whole thing white, then gently go over it and fill it in. And I can say you can make it, it had to be perfect, but it does a nice effect. And to keep the car thing, the light going there, I just put a piece of stick over there and rested it on it. And by resting it on there, like the paint stir, I left it there, and I just laid it out on the white part, and I just went like this over the area. So it had something, a template, so I wouldn't bump into it. So for me, I found that this whole idea was much better than what they currently have. Now, as to the dewdrop lights, I'm going to show you a picture of what it looks like, the box. It's Philips, and it runs, like I say, about $20. And Target's the only one I've seen it and carry it. Be aware there's both multicolor and clear color, and so you have to make sure you buy the right one. I'm also going to show you something else we did that we use as a to help for the snow on the board. If you notice, most people put the your typical snow, cotton around it, which is okay. I mean, what can you do? You got to have it around to cover up some of the areas, but it can be a bit much. So what we did is I took, this is a wall board that they use in like I would say like in bathrooms and anywhere you want to. That is where you buy wall boards and all that stuff to put up. And it's 4 feet by 8 feet, and it's only sold at Home Depot, and it runs $25 for a sheet. And this is what we've used to build to give it much more of a nice glowing effect on it. It looks pretty good. And again, it is 4 feet by 8 feet, and it's not very inexpensive. So what we've done is, in certain parts, we've just put it down here. If you have a board like we do, we just glue part of it down. This way you don't have to have snow all over it. This one is not glued, but we do have some that are. So to us, it has worked out very, very nicely. It saves you a lot of time and energy. We also weren't too thrilled about the fact that we had no background to the Snow Village. It just cleans up a lot better. So we found finally at Party City they had this background for winter scene, which I thought was a vast improvement over what we've had before, which is basically nothing. We've seen some that are background scenes for our villages that are rolled up in their cardboard. They're really hard to flatten out. Well, this is at Party City. It's 4 feet length, I should say width, and it's very light. It's plastic. There's nothing special about it. Very, 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 very light. But it runs about 20 or 40 feet. I can't remember right now. The nice part about it was it's only $20. And that's a lot of wallpaper that you can use for a background, which I thought turned out very nicely. In regards to the Polar Express train, which we do have, one thing we did not like, so we have a theme of a snow village, is that the Polar Express train does not have any snow. So we decided to add more to it ourselves and put a little snow on it to make it look more in line with the theme of the whole village. So these are some ideas you can have and try and see how they work for you. I'm going to show you a little small piece of the board that we use down there. But as you can see, it does reflect pretty nicely, and so it has its advantages. You can see over there, you can see the board there. So I'm going to show you the board we used, and you can get a better idea of what it looks like. What you're seeing now is actually the board on my utility room on the wall, which of course it keeps it nice and clean. It's easy to work with. This here is what the board looks like. Very simple, but very effective. And you can see it has a nice texture to it, and it gives a nice little glow, glistening to it. So it helps you not have to use all the, the cotton and stuff on this. A little easier to work with. It'll lay down nice and flat. You can, of course, cut it to whatever size you need, but it's definitely a viable option. And hopefully some of these ideas you will find useful. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and I'll gladly tell you what I know. But again, these are just some ideas we have used, and I really like the dewdrop lights, and I think they really do fill in a lot of the lighting that's needed on the Snow Village, and it's very easy to work with, and I think you'll enjoy it. Hopefully some of these ideas are useful, and thanks for watching.